All right, man, you ready to do this?
I'm ready, brother. Are you ready?
Yeah, man. Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go.
I'm waiting for like the little let it go, let it go.
Shout out Alpha Man for that. Man, this has been a long time coming.
For real.
For those of you that don't know, this is my first roommate in college. First person to steal from me.
Man, so all the forks and food, snacks, everything. Let's wait for you to leave the closet open. Wait for you to go to the shower or something. He was in there.
That's funny. But yeah, man, like one of the first people that I experienced a whole lot of shit with, from Hurricane Katrina to, you know, your wedding to you having a child, all of your business ventures, all of my business ventures. Like when I was in the shower today, I was thinking about, just like with Top Shelf and shit, how like I thought that I was like doing business and shit, and it was really like me like kind of something that I had always wanted to do, but like needed my homies to like be that shield for me.
Right.
But you've always jumped out there with your own shit and just done your shit without like having to include anybody or anything. So before we jump to, because I feel like I'm just giving a whole lot, just running the history. Can you please let the folks know who you are?
So my name is Shaughn Thomas, and
Can you speak a little closer to the mic for me, please?
my bad. My name is Shaughn. This is big right here.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Shaughn Thomas, and I am an educator / social entrepreneur, marketing. I won't say guru, but marketing person, husband, father. I don't know what else to say.
Square.
Yeah, you can say that too. Nah.
The homie, definitely one of like the most inspiring people that I know, because you
appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man, because like through your own shit you hype me up, but then with my own shit you hype me up too, and that's been like from the beginning, because granted when it was surface it was hyping me up to go get at girls,
Right.
and then once we start getting deeper it's hyping me up to get at guys,
Right.
and then it became hyping me up for my business, hyping me up, oh, you want to, man, go ahead and do that. And it was like you made shit just seem so easy, and like getting down to it, or even like writing out the steps, it really all just transitioned to some easiness.
Yeah, I'm just like one of your biggest fans, man. Like I always seen like you was kind of like that dude. So, and you probably didn't see it, like, or maybe you did see it, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? But everybody kind of like our whole crew was kind of like you don't say popular, but everybody kind of like went around us, was cool with us, and you just had your own swag, like you did your own thing, and you was always gone. But like you stayed gone, like because you had a car and we didn't.
Yeah.
But you had your own wave, and I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't see it at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like one of your biggest fans. I'm gonna push you to do whatever you can. And for me at that time, that's all I could see, you just going hard.
Yeah.
Like, because the only thing that motivated me at the time was just money.
Yeah.
So if we could figure out a way to get some money, like I'm there.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to figure out how to become a millionaire early.
Yeah, man, and it's funny because I think about, as you mentioned, money, you and like your relationship to money, and at one point in your life it seemed like it was like the most important thing to you.
It was.
And now it seems like, being with your family and shit like that has become more important. And I guess I would like to hear you speak to like that young brother with that same mindset that you had having what you have now, because I do talk to a lot of young cats, and like for them, and not even young cats, just a lot of dudes in general, like money is the motivation, and like not really like, enjoying the present moment or just life in general, like whatever that looks like, but
I guess it goes back to like when you like for a teenager kid, single parent home, you know what I mean? My mom, she gave me everything I wanted, but I always go to college so you get a good job and make some money.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what you always hear, make some money, which is cool, right? But they don't teach you the other aspect of life. Like there's more to life than that.
Yeah.
So in college, you're trying to find yourself, some people pick majors because of how much money they're going to make. And we know a lot of people who pick majors and now they don't do half of what they went to school for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they made the money and then they like depressed in their career. So they went a whole different route, to find that happiness. So for me, I went to school, marketing, business, got an MBA, like, cool, let's get the money. And then, it's hard to find a job after, you know what I'm saying? Like if you said you need the experience, you know what I'm saying? But how you gonna get the experience if you don't get the job? So, but then when you start trying to make money, and me, I'm good at like executing.
Yeah.
So if I have an idea, I'm able to execute and like see the vision and make it happen. And then, you make money and stuff. But when I start teaching, that was like the first time where I really didn't do it for the money, because you don't do teaching for the money.
Hell no.
But there's different avenues where you could, make money in education.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just have to hustle. But that was the first time where I'm not really doing it for money. Like, I'm getting there early, staying late, and you get paid on whatever days, but I don't even think about when I get paid. Like, I just do what I do. And just do it for the love. And like some people, like, why do you do this? And why do you come out your own money? I come out my own money because I want the experience. I want kids to have fun, and I do it because that's what I want to do. Like, I spend my money on other people more than I spend it on myself now.
Yeah.
As opposed to, spending it on myself. And it's weird, but.
So what was the moment you felt that transition? Because I think about, like I said, seeing you going from like being very money driven to now working in a profession where you seem like you're having the most fun you've ever had in your life.
I am. And
you probably not making nowhere near what you thought you would be making, but when did that feeling hit you? Like, what did that feel like?
It kind of hit me when I first started teaching. Like, I started teaching in Sunnyside at this school called Addicts Middle School, and lower income area, whatever. But I seen the kids were like so much fun.
Yeah.
And I saw myself in them. And for me, when I hated school growing up.
Yeah.
So it was boring. I can only remember probably 2 teachers.
Yeah.
Like, ever. And I didn't want to be that person. So for me, I saw them having fun, and they laughing, and we learned at the same time. And I found myself getting to work early, staying late. The second semester, my first semester teaching, I was terrible. Like, I ain't gonna lie, 'cause I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I was still trying to do.
But you're supposed to be though.
But yeah, you are. But I was like complete terrible, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, if I had to look at myself, if I had to watch a video of myself, I almost didn't make it. Right? and that's just because of me personally.
Yeah.
But that was like the key. I saw myself in them, and you don't see too many male black educators.
Yeah.
So when I figured I wanted to be that.
It's a different feeling, man. I know for me, when I first started doing this shit, like initially, because I was doing the lower income schools and shit, and initially I was really drawn to that because I felt like I was making an impact and all this other shit.
Right.
And then it started to wear on me emotionally.
Yes.
Because I cared too much.
Yes.
So I ended up switching to where I'm at now,
mm-hmm.
which is like a more diverse school.
How you feel about that? Like, you know what I mean? Do you feel like you have the like as much of an impact, like, through kids who, I guess, who have a leg up versus those who don't? Like, 'cause I know it can be like very taxing dealing with, in areas that are not affluent, you know what I mean? And the kids' behavior issues. You have them everywhere, but behavior issues, no parent engagement.
Yeah.
No support.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very emotionally and mentally draining.
Very.
Right? So
very.
But then at the end of the day, like, you see the impact you have. So how does that, like, do you have the same, impact of feeling that you do?
It leaves me a little torn because I would love to help the community.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like a lot of the kids in the community are going through far more than I can really help with at this stage in my life.
Okay.
So it makes it hard for me to work in the lower income schools because I care so much.
Right.
And there's only so much I can do.
Right.
But going here, I feel like I'm making an impact. Maybe not so much being like the black role model
mm-hmm.
at this school, but definitely exposing my school to what Black culture is through me, you know, and even connecting with the kids by exposing them to music that I listen to. And like I definitely feel like I'm making a very big impact where I'm at.
I ain't look at it from that angle.
Yeah.
So yeah, because they may not see.
And my reality is I grew up in the suburbs.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be a little easier for me to connect with a kid from the suburbs.
Right.
You know, and not that I want it to be that way, but it kind of works that way because, you know, when I was teaching in some of the lower income schools, like I would see how other teachers would handle kids.
Yeah, I remember we used to have them conversations.
Yeah, and I can't be that person to handle a kid because, you know, they're not slaves.
They're
and
kid,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
They're kid.
Absolutely.
That's right. So how are you? Like, are you happy? Like at this point in your life?
Like as far as like just in life in general?
Yeah, like in general. Like okay, like we are 33.
Yeah.
33 or 32?
33.
33. All right. It's probably not where you expected your life to be 10 years ago.
Right.
Right. But at this point in your life, are you generally happy? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, would you say that you passing?
I would say I'm passing. Honestly, I don't know what number because I feel like it fluctuates throughout the days. But I can tell you for a fact, this is the happiest that I've been in my life. And I know it just by just being in tune with myself. I feel very self-aware, very present. And I know I say that shit a lot. But I think that is what's bringing me my happiness. Because even when shit feels hard, it's like, okay, I done got through everything that I've been through in my life. So why would I just not succeed now?
So what like motivates you at this point?
Oh man, what motivates me at this point?
Like to do what you do, like to do the podcast, to work where you work, to get up every day, the friends you like. What motivates you? Like why do you keep going? Why do you keep trying to aspire?
I think because I like connecting, and that's with the podcast, with school, with everything that I'm doing. Like even my friendships, my relationships, I really enjoy being able to connect with people and make people feel good. And I think that's what drives me with all the shit that I'm doing. Like especially with this, it's like the shit that people get from this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it on days when I don't want to do it, that's what keeps me going.
Right.
When I walk in a classroom and like kids are excited to do music, even on days when I'm not excited, it pushes me to step up.
Right.
You know.
Right. You know, it's crazy. You know, like people talk about legacy, right? And people talk about legacy more now since the COVID thing happened. But like, I would say when we were in college, I think somebody asked me, we always have conversations. I always bring it back to money, right?
Yeah.
Every conversation, money. People like, well, you know, with your legacy, you care about people behind you. And I'd be like, I don't care about nobody, you know, but myself. Like, I'm trying to get me.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what it's about, you know, money, trying to get me. And it's crazy how now the mindset is like totally different, where my motivation is I just want to impact as many people as I can before I go.
Absolutely, man. I really just want people to feel shit. That's all.
Right. Like inspire them.
Yeah.
Whether it's kids, whether it's adults, whether it's anybody, like inspired to be like the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we don't try because of whatever fears we may have, or somebody may told us something, or whatever it is. We just don't go as hard as we can for some unknown reason. But it's just like everything is it's easy. It's not easy, but it's just everything's attainable. You just have to put a plan in motion and just stay the course of what you're trying to do.
And I think that's the challenging part. And for you, what helps you stay on course?
I know that, you know, there's a point where I was born, there's a point that I'm going to die, right? And then you have that dash in the middle, right? So what am I going to do with my dash?
Yeah.
Like, so every day that I'm not doing something, that means that I've wasted time, right? I could have completed something, or I could have invented something or created, and I just want to because my mind goes a mile a minute.
Yeah.
So I wake up early, like 4:30 in the morning every single day, and I just try to produce and try to create and try to get this stuff out my head. Otherwise, I feel like I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
But what helps too is I have goals. Like I showed you my goals, right? And they're specific.
Right.
And I have tasks to complete those goals. And once I complete those goals, set another one, set another one, set another one. Because I don't want to be complacent. I don't want to rest on my laurels. Like I just want to keep going because I want to be able to use the gifts that God has given me so that I can impact as many people as possible in whatever way I can. And I just want to have fun doing it.
I feel that. My question for you though is, how do you balance that with having a family?
So, it has the hardest part for me is just going to the gym now. Like, you know, and it's not because I can't. I'll be like, man, I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Looking chunky now, but for real, step on the scale, that thing do not agree. But for me, balance, it took a minute at first, but it's not as hard anymore.
Yeah.
Right. The baby, for me, that's the easiest part. Right. The easiest part is just having a baby. Like, you know what you're gonna expect. I don't sleep like that, so sleep doesn't bother me. But she sleeps through the night. The hardest part is just make sure that you maintaining that connection to your wife.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna go through that different thing, and once you got your routine, it's cool. So I had to change my routine as far as when I used to come home before the baby. I come home, spend time with wifey, and then I would get on the computer and I would just work until I go to sleep. And then I would wake up early in the morning and work. And then I would go to work.
Damn.
And then that would be my routine every single day, even on weekends. So working 8 hours and 9 hours at the job, before after school, add some hours, and then probably 3-4 hours at night. So I work like 15, 16-hour days.
Yeah.
Spend time with wifey, and that's it. But now I can't do that because honestly, I feel guilty because my daughter, she goes to daycare. Of course, I work.
Yeah.
So drop her off in the morning, and then she comes home. So that means I only got 3 hours to spend with her before she goes to sleep.
Damn.
So if I don't come home or if I have activity, that means I ain't see her that day. That means I feel terrible because I didn't see my own child or spend time with her for a day. So that balance is me saying no to certain things.
Yeah.
I can't today.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids. I got to get home. I can't come to your game. I got to see my baby. And they know why, because she's going to be asleep.
That's what's up, man.
So just setting your priorities. But the main thing is, for me, yes, you have your kids. And people say put your kids before you.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because you still have to achieve your goals, right? So you still have to try to attain everything that you want to, but still give them everything you want. Like, don't forget about what you are trying to accomplish because you have a kid.
Yeah. And that's interesting because that's something that my mom, and we recording in my parents' house, but that's something my mom always says, is that she puts her kids before her. And I've always wondered, like, how can you be well if you're putting someone else before yourself?
Right. Put yourself first. Like, and people may say that's selfish, but your kid is not going to be all right if you're not all right. And then you may hold some type of resentment if they don't do what you or turn out the way that you want to because you sacrifice so much.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where it comes from. But if you still, like, you can still do everything for your kid but still chase your dreams. The problem is people don't put that same energy towards it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can still do everything. It's just a real balancing act. Some people don't have that discipline to do it, but I'm still going to try to accomplish my dreams. On my wife to try to accomplish hers. So if we got to take turns and you do this, you do that, but we still going to do the best for our daughter. But at the same time, I'm not going to forget about what I'm trying to do.
You still on the journey.
Right.
That's, man.
It sounds crazy when you say it, but
it
for me,
doesn't. It takes a lot of strength, man.
It's a realist.
It takes a lot of strength. Something that I think about as I talk to you is, what is your, and you don't have to have one, but what is your biggest fear as a parent?
Regret.
Man.
Like, I don't ever want to say, I wish I would have did this for my daughter. I wish I would have spent more time. I wish I would have taught her how to read. I wish I would have, been there for this.
Yeah.
Like, that's just my biggest fear, because I know that no matter how she turns out, I want to be able to say I did everything that I could to make sure that she was happy and did whatever she needs to do. Like, if she wants to go to school, she can. If she wants to just say, forget it, I want to travel the world forever. If I want to be a bum, be the best bum that you can.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever want her to feel like she has to do something because she wants to please me. I just want her to be happy and do what honestly you have a passion for. So if we can save money now, invest in stocks for you now like we do, and so that when you turn 18, here's a lump sum of money, go ahead and chase your passion for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Right? Decide what it is that you want to do. And if you want to take that little, what's that little break they call it, from a year? It's like on Blackish, the little leap year. No, the little something. It's a little, when they take the little, don't go to college for a year. But if she want to go ahead and do that, go ahead. You know what I mean? But that's just my biggest fear, just regret. But I just want her to be the best version of herself.
Yeah.
And whatever we can do to make sure that happens, that's what happens.
What's up, man?
What's yours?
As a parent?
I mean, she's not a parent now, so.
But I mean, like, if I were a parent or just leading into that, I mean, even with my students, I think my biggest fear is like not dealing with myself and putting my negativity on them. That makes sense?
Yeah, because that has an effect on kids.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, so just being very, like, trying to be as conscious as I possibly can about what I'm putting into the youth and into the world in general. And
it's crazy because when you're a teacher, you see students. You see how they act. You see what they're lacking. Oh, you need attention. Oh, you need love, right? That's why you act in this way. And I don't ever, of course, you can't give your kid's going to want something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not, you're not going to give them, they're going to miss something. But if you can do the best that you can and have them turn out right, don't have any super deficiencies, then, you've done your job. And at the end of the day, it's just about being happy. Whoever you love, whatever you want to do, whatever lifestyle, I don't care. As long as you're happy.
So what does happiness look like for young Fab in 2020? Oh, my bad.
Happiness for me. Well, honestly, man, I wake up happy. Like, just I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm healthy, as I think so. Happiness for me is just looking at my family, making sure that they good. Me being able to do something I love every day.
Yeah.
I worked at a job where, before I got an education, I worked at a job where I dreaded it. I would get there right on time. I would sleep during lunch break, and I would just leave, and I just didn't care what I was doing. I just felt like I was wasting my life.
Yeah.
So happiness for me is doing something that I love and being able to impact in a positive way as many people as I can, and also seeing and helping my daughter grow to be the best version of herself. Yeah. Because for me, I'm real self-reflective. Like, I don't take things personal.
Yeah.
You always know I'm kind of like, even though maybe people don't think so, but I'm like a super loner.
Yeah.
And I think our whole crew is like loners.
I think so. I think that's why we all connected, though, because we all and maybe not loners, maybe more individualist.
Okay, yeah. So, like, we all can and we do hang out by ourselves. Like, we go to movies by ourselves. Right. We go eat by ourselves. And then when we come together, it's like, okay, cool. We together. But I think that helps a lot, too.
Yeah.
Because I don't need a whole crew.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah. So just I don't know, just being happy, man. Like, I think happiness is a choice.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about perspective. Like, I can choose to be mad at this person who said something to me, or I could be like, okay, who cares? Like, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like somebody talk about your mama. That's cool. All right, cool. You can tell her that.
Depending on what they say.
Nah, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? People used to say all the time, make jokes about your mama. But if you go along with it, oh yeah, you know, I used to talk to your mom. That's what's up. You get a number? Like, you know what I mean? Y'all went on dates? How many? Right? And when you say something like that, it confuses them and they don't want to talk about it no more. So it's like how you look at things, your perspective.
You just like fucking with people.
Yes. Yes. Like I would never give you the satisfaction of like you getting me angry.
Yeah.
I know that's what you're trying to do, so I'm gonna do the exact opposite.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I see you with this sweatshirt on. It says invest in yourself.
Yes, sir.
And I want to know what does that mean to you? What's going on with investing yourself?
So investing in yourself, you know, originally it started as a investing in yourself started as a after school program.
Okay.
So I used to work. I moved to New York in 2014 to work with my dad. He has it's called Exposure Foundation, and I was a program director. So they did animation, film, technology, all that stuff. And he started the pilot program called Wall Street Warriors, where kids invest in financial literacy. So I started it over there with him, and then I worked there for a short time, and then I moved back to Houston, and I started my own version, and you know, my own style, and it's called Investing Yourself. So originally started as after school program financial literacy, where my kids invest in like teach about stocks,
Yeah.
credit, debt, saving, everything that with finances that's not taught in schools. We teach everything else, but the stuff that really matter we don't really do. So investing in yourself, you know, my kid middle school, high school, and some elementary, you know, they open bank accounts. They actually purchase stock. We do community workshops where they teach the community how to invest. You know, teach the community about FICO scores and things of that nature. We won.
And these are kids, right?
Kids middle school.
Wow.
So we won statewide competitions where they turned. One of them was a stock market competition. They got first place out of 452 teams, where they turned $100,000 of simulated money to $147,000 in 9 months. We do entrepreneurship as well. So my kids, they do business plans, and then I put seed money behind them so they can actually start their businesses, you know, in middle school. Some of them started shoe consignment companies.
Wow.
And clothing companies. Matter of fact, one of my students, he is a freshman in high school, and you know, we was on Great Day Houston, you know, because of his clothing company, and he has his clothing right now in the Galleria Mall in Houston, right? So that's great as far as entrepreneurship and just teaching just everything, man. Like, and these kids are smart, like they can do it. Yeah. And the most important thing is the minority community, like, because we not taught this information,
right?
So the goal is once I teach them, then their job is to go teach their family, their friends, their community, and that's the only way we're gonna change things.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah, so it's a great thing, and it's just been growing, and you know, that's what it is.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So and that can apply to everything, like investing in yourself, like invest in your wellness, invest in your mental, invest in your just anything really. Invest in your future. Yeah. Like, and that's just people, man. Like, I feel like a lot of people, I don't say lost, but it's so confusing. Like social media, and then like looking at everybody's highlights, and you try to focus on that instead of investing in what you really like to do.
Yeah. But it's funny though, like, you know, I think we are those guys to pull it all together in our own ways. Because I look at, you know, I always joke with James about us being like Captain Planet or like the Power Rangers or some shit.
He's our hero.
Yeah.
Gotta take pollution down to 0.
But we all got these superpowers that connect, you know, like, you know, the art of letting go, invest in yourself, feel free to feel free, you know, what Byron is doing with these ciphers. It's like all of this shit connects, and once it all like fully pulls together, like, you know, like you said, we all individually do these dope things, but when they all tie, like, who knows what the fuck could come of that.
You know, it's crazy, like, as you saying that, like, all of our companies or businesses or whatever our movements are all about helping people.
Absolutely.
Like, but that's not
in our own ways.
right. And in our own ways, that's the end goal.
Yeah.
But when we first met, I don't think that was all of our.
Nah, not
like,
at
you know
all.
what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy how like all of us are in a space where we're trying to help heal or help educate or help everybody feel, be the best version of themselves in those different capacities, mental health, releasing, art of letting go, the body, like it's crazy. Like when you sit there and think about it. Yeah. That's
dope group of people, man. We all dope.
So what's going on with you, man? Like so let's get to the real stuff. Nah.
What do you want to know?
What do I want to know? What don't I want to know? How is this? I remember you moved to LA.
Yeah.
Right. And then you want to move away from LA because it was just kind of too much for you.
Yeah.
Right. Not too much, but you're kind of over the scene. So how is it now? Like you still kind of want to move away from it, or you like because you have the new, because I think now you have like a new vision, not vision, but you kind of executing more. Like it's clear.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe the scene is perfect for you now because you have a clear vision of what you want. Or do you still kind of want to go a different route?
No, right now, and I still want to move out the country. Like that's without a doubt going to happen. But I think right now, I just said that all like real confident, like, without a doubt.
But that's how you feel though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. But yeah, man, like right now LA is working for me. And it's working because I'm in a different space here, mentally, spiritually, physically. And I think it's helping me in navigating LA now. Like when I first moved to LA, I was trying to be a part of something.
Right.
And now I'm in a place of like recognizing I stand out and using that to my advantage. Right. Like you said in college, like I stood out, but I was still trying to fit in to some spaces. So now being in the space of like, yeah, I know Mike Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and Mike Brown is the shit.
But that's how you have to carry yourself though.
And that's nothing wrong with you feeling like that.
Right.
Like we all are supposed to feel like that about ourselves. Like you are supposed to feel like you the shit.
Right.
And it's a way to project that shit without it coming off like arrogance. And sometimes what I've noticed, especially like just with arrogance, man, like I think that's people projecting their own shit on you.
Right.
Like that don't have nothing to do with me if I'm just like,
just chilling.
Why am I not supposed to feel myself?
Right.
But I recognize all of that shit now, and it makes it easier to connect with people now because LA felt very transactional for me. Mm-hmm. So meeting people was like, I'm meeting you, but I'm trying to get this contact from you, or I'm trying to get this opportunity from you, and now I have to have this to offer, and that. Fuck that shit. Like now I'm meeting people is just, hey, this is me, this is who I am. And a lot of times what people are drawn to are this shit right here.
Right.
The art of letting go.
Do you feel like you that guy more so now because you know what you're trying to do as opposed to trying to figure it all out? Or you always been that way, but now you just...
Man, I feel like I always been that guy. Like I always thought I was that guy, but I never said it out loud.
But now you like, I'm going to say it out loud.
Now I'm going to say it out loud because it's somebody out there that look like me and think like me that needs to know that they that guy too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or that girl or whatever people want to be these days.
Right. And you saying it and it's still like a humble way. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like, I'm this and that.
No, because it's not about me.
Right.
It's not about me at all. Like it's like, yeah, this is who I am, but this is also who you are. And I think that's the thing that always drew me to Ye, because Kanye would talk shit like that. Like, he would say shit like, you a fan of Kanye West because you a fan of yourself. And I would hear shit like that, and it's like, yeah, I am a fan of me. And there's nothing wrong with that.
You should be your biggest fan.
Absolutely.
Like, you should be your biggest fan. You should promote yourself, because nobody gonna promote you like you do yourself. Like,
And you're supposed to be proud of the shit that you're doing. I think society has taught so many of us to not be proud of what we are doing that.
But do you think people are not proud of what they're doing because they're not doing what they want to do? Like, or
No,
doing what they...
I think people aren't proud of where they at presently because they are weighing it on somebody else's scale. Because that's what it was for me. I thought I wasn't good at music because I wasn't as good as Pharrell, or what I thought Pharrell was.
Right.
When I don't even know what the fuck the shit sound like because I'm rating it on another nigga's scale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think LA is working for me now because I'm not playing anybody else's game.
How do you teach people to not weigh themselves on people's highlights? Like, just to only do, like, think about, this is the best that I do for myself and I'm content with that. Like, you know, is it, like, I don't know, like, how do you...
I think it comes through sharing experience. Like me telling you, like, yes, I compare myself to Pharrell, you know, and now I don't compare myself to nobody. Right. I used to look up to this person, and now I'm doing this because I've done all of this for so long and it didn't work out for me.
Right.
I think, you know, I've noticed that a lot. Like when people tell their success stories, they tell you bits and pieces. They tell you like the either the most traumatic parts or the biggest highlights, but them in between, sometimes I need to know your in between day. You know what I mean? Like just a day where you just didn't do shit. Right. You know, like I know Diddy work hard every day, but tell me about that one day where Diddy just didn't do shit.
Right. Right.
He had to have one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to know that. And that's what I try to do. I try to share with people like it ain't all beautiful every day. It ain't all bad every day. You go through a million fucking moments in one day. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you just kind of picking and choosing which ones you want to latch on to.
Do you think like, you think people are inherently lazy? Cause like I think somebody I asked somebody a question. I said, you know, cause somebody was like, you know, people always complain about people they work with. Yeah. And I said, what percent of the workforce do you think is actually effective at their job?
I don't know. I would say a small percent.
More than 30? Effective?
Maybe about 30, 40.
And why do you think the rest aren't? Like because they don't care about it, or they not?
I think fear, comfort, it's a lot of shit. You know, sometimes when you see somebody that don't enjoy their job, like sometimes I ask myself, why does this person show up to this job every day?
Check.
You know, sometimes you go places and like somebody will be so fucking rude to you. You'll be like, damn, like, and it could possibly be this person is having a bad day. Yeah. But then when you go in the work environment regularly and people have that energy all the time, it's like, well, maybe it's the establishment.
And then also it's probably like themselves too.
Yeah, definitely themselves.
Like, you know, because you got cause some people are just like unhappy people.
Yeah.
And you think people aren't happy because of expectation? Like
I can see that, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have $1 million, or I don't have this car, right? So yeah. I'm not happy with myself because I don't have this, as opposed to just being not content, but just, you know, work for it, but just be cool where you at, like enjoying the process.
I think it's hard to be comfortable where you at. I think that's I think that takes some practice and some reprogramming. Yeah. Like I think we've all done the work. That's why we get it a little different. But I don't think everybody's done the work for that.
I don't think people are willing to either.
No, but you know, sometimes just putting something on somebody's mind can like spark them to, you know, so that's why sometimes, like, I know a lot of times I feel like people don't be understanding what the fuck I'm talking about half the time. But just putting a thought out there, it put it on somebody's mind, like, you know, somebody might hear this shit and really think about it, you know?
Yeah. What have you had to let go, like, in recent times to, like, be in a better place that you are now? Because art of letting go, right? And you let go daily. But what's something, like, you either still got let go or that you have let go that just puts you in that space?
I think the biggest thing that I had to let go of in like the last year was just probably both being taken advantage of and this last relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you know, I know through having fucked up experiences, if you hold on to them, they'll just
Eat you up.
yeah. And for me, it was just like, man, I can't hold on to this. I have to fucking heal this shit and move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Because I already know what shit like that has done to me, for me in my life. And it's like, nah, leave that there, move the fuck on.
Right.
But not just move on without dealing with it, like really like taking time to process the shit and acknowledge it, heal it, and move on and not look back.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, this has already happened, now move on. But with the relationship, it was just like, man, I think you know, I'm not a very trusting person, or I wasn't. You know, I wasn't very trusting of people. And just to kind of put so much trust into someone and like be fully exposed and then kind of just like, you know, just have that person disappear, it made me like, and I'm probably still doing some healing from it. I know I am.
I mean, it was, you know, that's gonna take some time.
Yeah, because I'm definitely in that. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm focused on my goals. I'm definitely there, but I'm also like, man, like my feelings are still a little raw to that situation, and I can't jump into another situation like that without knowing for sure that this is gonna be like a long term or forever thing. Like I don't want to do it no more. Like I've dated.
You don't do what?
Dating. I've done it so much in the last.
Everybody is right now. Like, I need to find my husband. I need to, like, all our friends are just like, I need to find my husband. Find me, man. I don't know so many guys. I don't know. I don't hang around dudes. I don't know.
and you know, I just need to know that, you know, because I'm sure you know from being married, when you go through shit, you are going through some shit with that person. It's like y'all versus whatever the fuck y'all going through.
Right.
I need to like really feel that with somebody. And you know, don't get me wrong, I've dated like in the last couple of months. I've dated a little bit, and it hasn't sparked me as like
this is like
a forever thing. It's just like I enjoy
somewhat
having fun, but I enjoy meeting people.
Right.
And I'm open to whatever comes of that.
I think that's probably the best part about dating, probably. It's just like you get to meet people. And you probably meet more good people than you do bad. Like, even if it just don't work out, you can still be cool with that person. Or are you able to?
No, I'm getting to that point where I'm able to, because when I go on dates now, if I don't feel, or if the connection feels really, like if it feels really strong, then I need to like look at it before, because the thing that has kind of fucked me up and confused me is the sex part. So it's like, okay, this connection is really dope. Then you have sex with this person. It's like, damn, I like this. Like, that's where I'd be at. I'd be like,
so you got to cut that out the equation.
I have to cut it out in order to know what I really want from this person. And it's led me to friendship a lot lately.
And that's the most powerful thing, actually, friendship.
It is. It'll last longer, because I had to tell somebody that recently too. Like, man, it's best like for us to be friends. Like, if we really gonna be friends,
like,
because man, because all the people I've been in relationships with, I ain't really got no friendships with no more. So
I tell you something. That mean the foundation wasn't strong though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So then that speaks to what you're saying. Like, you have to have that foundation first.
Absolutely. Like I really like. The homie lover friend thing is kind of important to me, just because shit, I'm a good ass friend. But this is the thing, I know that I'm not gonna fuck over none of my friends. I'm not gonna try to hurt none of my friends. So if I'm looking at this as a friendship, I'm really gonna put like super effort into it, as opposed to like when you just in a relationship, it's kind of a game, you know what I mean? But when you really in with somebody, like, that shit feel different. That shit feel all the way different.
Yeah. It do.
Yeah.
It do. Like, it's not just
and that's the part that fucked me up with this last one, because it's like, damn, we was like friends. Like, that was the homie. Yeah. We did buku shit together and traveled the world and like everything. Like, you'd be like, God damn. No, we went to Amsterdam. We went to We was all in Europe. We went to fucking Barcelona.
That's what it was, Barcelona. Yeah. Travel the world. That
Yep.
was true. Yeah.
And just had like really dope, like have done really dope experiences to the point where it's like, damn, I thought we could still like be homies, but like, damn, you know, and but not even for no reason other than like, I think for me personally, I just haven't taken time to really like heal certain, like I haven't looked deep enough into really healing from it. I've probably healed a lot of the surface shit, but like really diving deep into like, damn, like this was really, really my friend. And like,
Right.
I don't know how to like be the bigger person or like keep reaching out, or am I supposed to do that? Or like,
right. So many
you
questions.
know, yeah. So I just let it be where it is, you know?
Yeah. Quick question. You coming to homecoming this year?
Oh, y'all want me to come to homecoming?
Put
it out there.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. Like this past homecoming was probably like it was the best. Yeah.
Wow.
Like honestly, it was like every year keeps getting better and better, but this year was like off. It was amazing. Like the love. Like I haven't seen so many smiling faces like the whole time. Like there, like it was the energy was incredible. Like I was smiling for like 2 weeks afterward. Like, I don't think about it now. Like it was just the energy and the love to see. I don't know. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be there this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. I'm go ahead and put it out there. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Put it out there, man. No pressure. Just come.
Yeah.
Just be cool. You know. Just see how everybody want to see you, man.
And I want to see everybody. I'll be out there. Xavier, book me.
Nah, for real though.
I do a lot of things.
Yeah, for real though. Have our Let It Go podcast up there. Might as well. Shoot.
Right. Yeah, man. No, I'm definitely down for that. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Man, this was a really good episode. Before we get out of here, I had 2 questions for you, but I wanted to know if you had anything else that you wanted to share.
I'm just proud of you, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I'm proud of you too.
And then I'm happy to finally be on the show because I felt some type of way because, you had the show for super long. What episode you on?
This is gonna be 81 and 82.
81,
you
80.
get 2 episodes.
Ooh, cool. My man. Part 1, part 2. All right. 81, 82 episodes, and you came to the city like cool 3 times. And like every time you forget the mic or something like that, and I was like, "Dang, homie, just don't want me on the show. Talk to you every day, but I can't be on the show." It's cool. But,
I got you though. I had to get you in person.
Yeah, it's all. No,
I had to get you in person.
It's good. It's all good. But nah, so proud of you, man. Like just to see like the grind, the hustle, seeing that everything that you do, the execution is there, and I just see the clear vision, and just proud of you just growing as a person, bro.
I appreciate that.
Like when I think about it now, like when you said you used to be angry.
Yeah.
Like I can see it, like, I could think about it, but now you just seem like in a whole different place. You're happy, you're smiling more, and it just, your energy just feels different, like it feels free.
I appreciate that, man. I feel very Bruce Leroy a lot of times.
Hey, got the glow, man. Got the glow.
Oh, shoot, man. I wanted to ask you, do you have any advice for new fathers or fathers to be?
My advice would be to make sure that your wife is good.
That's real.
It's crazy the Terry Crews thing.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, when he said he pleases his wife before anybody, right? And what he said wasn't too far off. When somebody like a couple older heads, when I got married, or recently, not got married, but a couple years ago, they had told me, they said, young blood, make sure that your wife come first. They been married for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Make sure your wife come first, more before your kids, before everything, right? And it sounds crazy, but at the same time it don't, because your kids are going to grow up, and they going to start messing with you. At some point, middle school, high school, they gonna talk to you no more. And then if you just focus on them, your relationship is gone.
Yeah.
So if your household is good, everything else will be good. But if your household messed up, your kid is affected.
Yeah.
right? So I would say do everything that you can. Go outside your comfort zone. Make sure that like don't just do the don't think you too manly. Clean the house, wash the tub, help with the dishes, help with the groceries,
Yeah.
help change the baby, sleep in the bed with the baby at night so your wife can get her sleep. Like you are be a slave to your wife. Not a slave is a wrong word, but be like that's what it is. Like be a slave to your wife for real. Like
Yeah.
you know, because they carried it, they did all that stuff, and they gonna think about the kid way more than you think about it. They got a whole different connection to it.
Right.
So my advice would just be to make sure your wife ain't got nothing to do, like make no extra work, like nothing. You the maid,
Yeah.
you the cook, you bring home the bacon. I mean, you work just like she may work, but you gonna do way more than is expected of you because postpartum is real. Like you don't know what they going through. They may not know they going through something.
Yeah.
So just like I said, do everything. You the cook, wash the laundry, fold the clothes, iron the clothes. You know what I mean? You can watch TV while you doing it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Thing like
Folks gonna be listening to this like, what?
I know. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real though, man.
I do all that, bro. Like I do all that stuff, and
I believe it if it's coming from you.
Man,
I believe it.
Man, asked me 3 years ago. I'm like, man, heck nah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't watching. I ain't doing all that stuff. But now I want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I want my wife to be able to just come home and be cool and not think about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So take the load off, you know, and just do everything that they would do.
Yeah.
You know, because they got a lot on them. So that would be my advice. And that's just the wife. The kid, you know, do as much as you can, you know, and, you know, that's doing stuff for your baby is, you know, that's go without being said.
Yeah.
But the wife aspect is out of it. Like, people don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, maintaining that connection because it's going to be hard the first year. But if you do all the extra stuff, then you'll get some extra stuff.
So stupid.
I wouldn't even talk about that, bro. I just been like, see, your mind in the gutter, bro. I ain't mean that. So you can't talk to
Oh,
dudes.
man.
What was your other question?
My other question is, what advice would you give to Shaughn Thomas of last decade?
Ooh.
One piece of advice.
Dang. Well, before that, I'm glad it ain't no more YouTube.
Don't put yourself out there on YouTube.
One piece of advice would be to just don't worry.
Yeah.
Just follow your heart and your passion, and don't be worried about like your expectations has to be up. Like, you know, again, my thing was I wanted to be a millionaire, I wanted to be rich. So if I wasn't rich by 27, 28, then I'm a failure.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you see people around you, you see this and that. So just follow your passion. Like, but I think everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, so for instance, even with like when I moved out to Houston, started promoting parties.
Yeah.
Right. So I was in that.
Yeah.
I was in that scene for like, you know, 5 years, and then trying to find my way doing other stuff. But it's crazy, like learning how to promote. You know, we went to school for marketing, so
Yeah.
that plus promoting, like getting firsthand experience with that, that helped with my education. Like put myself out there.
Yeah.
Like that whole marketing aspect. So I think everything happened for a reason. But I just say, just everything happens for a reason. That'd be the advice. Everything happens for a reason, and just trust the process. You know, because you're gonna become who you're going to become.
Yeah.
Regardless, it just as long as you work hard every day, and being able to adapt to your situations and being able to pivot, just go hard. So that'd be my advice.
That's what's up, man. Let the people know where they can find you.
So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Mr. Thomas Invest. That's one word. And also on Twitter, Instagram, Invest in Yourself 365. Oh, go ahead and follow my daughter too.
Right.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Okay, send them free clothes or something. She got an Instagram, is Sid _ bougie baby. So SYD _ BOUJEEBABY. Yeah, go ahead and get her followers up for me too.
And y'all are gonna enjoy it because she's doing a whole lot.
My bad. Bougie Cuisine too. Our catering company.
Yep.
So BOUJEE _ cuisine. CUISINE. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Try to plug everything.
Man, this is definitely the place to do it.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
And make sure y'all mention the Art of Letting Go and you might get a discount.
Oh, that's how you doing that. Now I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Man, I appreciate you so much for coming on. Like,
I thought about this since Thursday when you said cool. I was like, oh, be on this thing. You know what I'm saying?
The timing was right, man. The timing was so right. Man, I appreciate you for being on the show.
Appreciate you.
And I appreciate y'all for listening to the show.
Love you, guy.
Love you too, man.
Yeah.
For real. This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Peace. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of The Art of Letting Go. If you like what you heard, please be sure to subscribe to us wherever you listen to this podcast and leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Let other people know what you think as well. If you want to get in touch with us, hit us up on all social media at The Art of Letting Go Podcast. Also, you can send me an email, theartoflettinggopodcast@gmail.com, or give us a call. Leave a message. We might play it on the show. 213-394-2773. Also, if you'd like to support the podcast, we got some real cool merch on bonanza.com. Also, you can subscribe to us on Patreon, Art of Letting Go Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate all your support. This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go.